Hello everyone, my name is Naz and I welcome to you in my channel Naz Pathshala. Today I am going to share a very useful video for you because today I am going to take CBSE class 10 English. From your first flight book I am going to take poetry section and the chapter name is Animals. In this video I am going to teach you explanation of the chapter, summary of the chapter. Animals. The poet tells us that he feels more at home with animals than humans, whom he finds complicated and false. So, in this chapter, white man wants to say us or express his desire that he wants to spend some time with animals more than the human, because he finds that humans are complicated and false and the animals are more faithful and more satisfied, more self-controlled and more peacefully, and he finds more love, cheerfulness, contentment, each and everything whatever we the main qualities of the human being, he finds the quality in animals. So he finds that he wants to stay or he wants to spend some time with animals more than human. So let's see what he wants to tell us or what he wants to give message to us through the animals. So let's start. Stanza 1. I think I could turn and live with animals. They are so placid and self-content. I stand and look at them long and long. So in simple way, turn means we have to just change the side. Placid means calm. Okay. And self-content means self-control. And long means for a long time. Okay, so poet wants to say us that he thinks he should bring a change in himself and start living with animals, because animals are very calm, self-controlled, and the poet stands and keep looking at them for a long time. So he wants to just staring and looking them for a long time, because white man here expresses respect towards animals for retaining something that humans seem to have lost sight of. The poet opens to the metamorphose himself to animalism and then to share abode with their other beasts in wilderness with nature. He wishes to do so because he finds animals calm, self-control. Therefore, he just wants to express about the animals that he finds or wishes to be, because he finds animals calm and self-controlled more than human. So therefore he stands there and beholds animals for a long time with respect because of their preservation of natural qualities. Right, because if we can take the example of the human, then suppose in the classroom, if your teacher is not there, you can find that students are making noise, they are not self-controlled. We have to give the one person or put up the one person over there to be control them, be in discipline, because human have no quality of self-control, no peacefully. They have to just try to give them order to other person to be make them control, be in discipline. So he finds animals should be like self-controlled and peacefully. So he wants to spend some time with animals, not the human. So white man wants to say us he like to spend some time with animals. So now next, stanza 2. They do not sweat and whine about their condition. They do not lie awake in the dark and weep for their sins. They do not make me sick, discussing their duty to God. Okay, so in the second stanza, what he wants to say us, he wants to say us clearly. Sweet means the worry or feel anxious. Now whine, complaining, annoying, crying and voice. Don't cry to yourself like this in crying voice while you are just annoying or complaining something in a crying voice. That is called whine. Condition, that means the situation. Lie awake, that means you have to awake yourself in the night. Dark means it is talking about the night here. Weep, that means cry. Sins, that is evil, doing whatever you have did wrong things in your life, right? Sick, that means fed up. And discussing, talking seriously. So what kind of seriously you are talking about in this paragraph or in this stanza? Okay, so the poet says that animals live in a better way than the human beings. Animals do not worry about their condition, nor they complain in any annoying crying voice. They don't lie awake at night, nor do any cry over the sins they have committed. They don't bore others with serious discussion about their duty to God. Right. So in second stanza, if we find that the extract, the poet commented that the poet is his extract that appreciate the natural qualities of the animals in this stanza second. Right. So what kind of qualities he mentioning here? He is talking about that animals don't cry or don't weep or don't complaining anything in the night like the human being does. Right. The poet comments that animals never make complaint about their pitiable condition. They adjust themselves in all type of situation. They never perspire in its explanation. He further extols animals for not waking at night and committing sins as the human do. He further extols animals for not waking at night and committing sins as the human do. White men finally lauds animals for performing their duties to God in lieu of mere discussion and making the poet sick. Right, because in this stanza, many qualities he defines about the animals and just compare the human qualities that human doesn't have right now but animals have. So what kind of quality he mentioning here? You can see the human being, whatever God has given to them, they are still dissatisfied, always cry, always complaining, always cry for anything, always try to wake up in the late night and do wrong things. So what is this? So poets discussion is sick about everything. So he just wants to tell us the animals have more quality than this one. So many qualities like the adjust themselves, complaining and waking at night, committing sin. So white man finally just performing their duty to God like this, because human being always try to criticize other person, don't ever try to give the real things that they can do, don't appreciate not satisfy whatever God has given, but animals always satisfy whatever the God has given to them, right? And they are not complaining at night about their pitiable condition. They all adjust in themselves in all type of situation, not the humans like. So he never explanation or never criticize to anyone, even though they are not waking at night, late night and doing wrong things. Animals don't do such kind of things, right? And they are performing their duty well to God, not as like the human. So many qualities are there to explain in this stanza about the animals. So let's see in the next one. Stanza third. Not one is dissatisfied, not one is demented with the mania of owning things. Not one kneels to another, nor to his kind that lived thousands of years ago. Not one is respectable or unhappy over the whole earth. So in this stanza, he wants to tell us that clearly demented means having a mental illness, right? Demented means having dissatisfied, means you are not happy to get whatever you have. Demented means having a mental illness. And mania is a one kind of madness. And owning means possessing something. And the kneels means rest on ease, knees, and respecter, to deserve to be respect. And thousand, asilo. No animal is dissatisfied with his life, nor does any animal suffer from the madness of possessing things. No animal kneels before another animal, nor does any animal kneel down to his ancestors. Not any animals on the earth is respectable or sad. That is, all animals are alike. There is no distinct among them. Right. So it is a main quality in this paragraph or in this stanza. He explained to us the many human qualities which he finds in the animals have better, right? Like we all are dissatisfied to our life. Human doesn't have satisfaction, right? They always dissatisfied their life. They are always suffering, and they are just possessing of something, and they all are just follow the badness of something. They all are criticized to their ancestor, right? They always try to kneel down other person, but animal doesn't have that type of quality, right? The poet here personifies the qualities that he finds respectable in animals, right? Whiteman explains that not a single animal is discontent or made for materialistic collection. Not a single animal pay respect to the other living today or living an ancient time. There is no discrimination or respectability of community. Not a single animal is unhappy throughout the world. The humans are just opposite to all this, right? We can think that always human have a quality, that type of quality. He always try to have some madness, something he wants to get something for a like a mania, like a demented in their life, and he suppose he get that thing, still he is dissatisfied it, and they are not giving respect to other human being, right? They always criticize other person, they always have discrimination, they have no respectability, they have no commonality, and not a single animal unhappy throughout the world. But humans always unhappy, dissatisfied, always cry for their sin, always do late night wrong things, right? So humans have just opposite all these things. So we should learn all the qualities from the animals, that in the past time we can say, or these all are the quality belongs to the human being. But nowadays we are becoming the animal and animal becoming the human being. So you can take, we are totally opposite to each other. We should learn from the animals and to get all the things that animals have. So Whiteman wants to say us that we should learn all the things that the animals have. We should get all the things to be get freely, totally to the from the animal. So we should learn it. Now stanza 4. So they show their relations to me, and I accept them. They bring me token of myself. They evince them plainly in their positions. I wonder where they get those tokens. Did I pass that way huge times ago and negligently drop them? So these songs taken from the Song of Myself in Leaves of Grass. So Walt Whiteman has taken this Song of Myself in Leaves of Grass. So what is the meaning of this? Accept, that's mean agree something. Agree something, okay. Tokens means here gifts and human qualities like simplicity, innocence, self-satisfaction which man had when he lived in the lap of nature. Plainly, that's mean clearly. Evans. Evans means possession something. So clearly. Plainly means clearly. Possessionship, that is ownership. And wonder. Wonder, that's mean eager to know something. Right? And now, as I told you, the quality is something. And drop. Drop means to let fall. Let fall something. Okay, so animals show their love to humans and humans also accept it, right? Animals bring to humans their gifts of love. The poet says that animals simply show their own qualities to him. He very curiously thinks where they got these tokens from. He wonders if long ago he, that's mean humans here, passed through there and carelessly dropped their tokens. He means to say that humans being have lost the quality of humanity, but animals possess them. Right. So human always cry something for anything, for always try to do something. Right. But we cannot do anything about the human qualities, that humans have always criticized the other humans. So what kind of thinking is there? Because humans cried about their sand condition, but animals don't do. Right? Humans like awake in the dark and weep for their sins, but animals don't do. Humans feel disturbed or not doing their duties toward God, but animal don't. So, do human needs? Yes, human needs to other human who lived 1,000 years ago. By doing so, there's respect, their ancestor. It can be called the characteristic of human being. Right? So in this stanza, he wants to say us that clearly, if we can see in the last stanza of this, that they all are opposite and opposite all these things. Right? So in this last stanza, he wants to tell us clearly that the poet admires non-discriminatory, non-showing attitude of animals come to the poet with the feeling of fraternity, right? They possess true nature, right? True nature, and they bring it to the poet. They evince their possessions without any adulterousness, and thus the traits of character of tokens of human qualities are possessed by animals and not by humans, right? So the poet commends animal for having the traits of character or token and himself for dropping them, right? And in the same way, we find that the poet is dismayed by the traits of characters the animals have. He wishes to know from where they have got them. The poet is then repentant because he negligently dropped the tokens of love, cheerfulness, and contentment, etc. The poet admires non-discriminatory and not showing attitude of the animals. The animals bring to the poet their non-discriminatory relations. They come to the poet with a feeling of fraternity. They possess are true and adulterous. Thus, the trait of characters of token of human quality are possessed by animals, not by human being. The poet is dismayed by the traits of characters the animals have. He wishes to know from where they have got them. The poet is then repentant because he negligently dropped the tokens of love, cheerfulness, right? Dissatisfaction and whatever the quality he displayed in this chapter. So let's start the summary of this chapter. So animals in the clearly defined in this chapter, Whiteman told us clearly about the character of this, right? The poets metaphors himself to be animalism and share abode with that beast, wilderness with the nature. He wishes to do because he shares. He finds animals calm, self-control. Therefore, he stands there, beholds the animals for a long time with the respect, self-control, preservation of the natural qualities. And the poet appreciate the natural quality of animals. The poet comment that the animals never make complaint about their pitiable condition. They adjust themselves in all type of situation. They never perspire in its explanation. He further extols animals for not waking at night and committing sins as the human do. He further extols animals for not waking at night and committing sins as the human do. Whiteman finally lauds animals for performing their duty to God in lieu of mere discussion and making the poet sick. So, Whiteman explained that not a single animal is discontent. So, he wants to say and personifies the quality he finds they respectable the animals. So, made for materialistic collection, not a single animal pay respect to the other living today or lived in ancient time. There is no discrimination or respectability or commonality. Not a single animal is unhappy throughout the world. The humans are just opposite all these things, right? So the poet admires non-discriminatory, non-showing attitude of animals. Come to the poet with the feeling of fraternity. They possess true nature. They bring it to the poet. They evince their possessions without any adultness. Thus, the traits of characters or token of human qualities are possessed by animals and not by human beings. So, the poet dismayed by the traits of characters the animals have, he wishes to know from where they have got them. The poet is then repented because he negligently dropped the token of love, cheerfulness, and contempt. The animals bring to the poet they come to the poet with their feeling of fraternity. They possess true nature. They bring it to the poet. Okay, so the poet is dismayed by the trait of characters of animals. He wishes to know from where they all got repented. Right? So he wants to tell us clearly that whatever the human do but animals don't do. So human cry about their same condition but animal don't do that. And human like awake in the dark and weep for their sins but animal don't do that. Humans feel disturbed not for doing anything or not doing their duty towards God but animal don't do that. So the poet is turning from the material world of selfishness. He is turning from human beings who have lost their humanity. He is turning from the world where people have no peace of mind nor any self-control. So we should control ourselves like an animal. We should learn something from the animal, that we should try to get the qualities of animal. These tokens are love, fellow feeling, sympathy, respect, cooperation, friendship, regret to the or regard to the elders. We have become selfish, greedy, troubled, cruel, but the animals are far away from these vices. They don't behave like a human being because we all are just behaving like an animal and animal behaving like a human being nowadays. So we should get our natural qualities once again. We all are just behaving like an animal, cruel, greediness, right? Trouble, selfishness. We are made or we are mania for something, right? But animals have love, fellow feelings, sympathy, respect, cooperation, friendship, regard to the elders, right? So we should respect and we should get all the traits or all the characters of the animal. We should try to get, we should try to help them. Okay, we should learn something from the animal. Okay, so he wants to say us clearly. Thank you so much. Thank you for watching. If you like my videos, please hit the bell icon for more updating videos and subscribe my channel Nas Pathshala. Thank you. Take care. Bye bye.